Yeah. Alright, no, it's a terrible joke. I'm not going to do it, so there you go. Alright, let me kind of tell you a little bit about this song I wrote. I went in, kind of followed God early in my life and got in the ministry. I went to Bible college and seminary and all that kind of fun stuff. And, some people, they go there, they feel called of God, they go do their mission and stuff like that. And there's other people who don't, they're kind of trying to find out where they're at all. And they're not satisfied with Christianity and they go on their path. And the thing is, you make friends, you make acquaintances, and sometimes your paths are going to leave. You're just going to go in different directions. So I've met a couple people who left my faith and, all together and stuff. And so I'm sitting here trying to, kind of talk to them on Facebook, because that's the whole thing now, is you talk to everybody on Facebook. And, this fella, he kind of left my religion, and he left another religion, and he kind of went 4 or 5 of them. But he was just kind of, talking to me, and I'm trying to kind of make casual conversation. And he's just kind of like, what are you doing? Why are you trying to talk to me? You think you're going to convince me? And I'm like, no. And, and it's like, well, do you want to debate me? And I'm like, well, not anymore. And I'm like, it's like, why am I trying to talk to him? And, this other guy I met about a month later, he, same thing. He's kind of like, I was back in college and I was with the faith, and he had his beliefs and stuff. And it was even like, with this one, it was only like, we talked for just a few minutes. Here's what happened in my life, here's what happened in your life. Oh, that's great. And I told him about my website, and he read my testimony. Now, I'm telling you what, people can, shoot me over a lot of different things I've said in the past, okay? But with this one, it was just why I love Jesus. And he was just like, I thought that was really interesting. And then he said, we're not going to, meet, and boom, okay, you're unfriended, that's it. And the thing is that gets me is that, when you hit this fundamental disconnect, and why is it that, it was just turning my soul about this issue? Why is it that I still want to reach out? Why do I still want to connect with them? And so I found this passage in the Bible that goes from, not my perspective of a religious person with another religious person, going the opposite way. And it's about the meeting in Genesis of Jacob and Esau, where Jacob has to, confront Esau after many years of stealing his blessing and all that kind of stuff. And he even wrestles with God before he meets Esau. And so here's Esau singing this song about why it is when he saw his brother, instead of trying to kill him, he hugged him in tears. So it's called Esau's Tears. Yeah, I saw you down there shaking in your sandals, knowing that you stole my blessing in a nasty little scandal. But I couldn't help but weep to see that dear brother of mine. Boy, you look so scared, you'd rather fight God than look me in the eye. So could you tell me again, just how did you hurt your thigh? Yeah, I've been on my own, hunting like I wanted to be. People like what I hunt and I gain popularity. But I couldn't help but weep to see this dear brother of mine. I know I gave away my inheritance forsooth, but what you inherit I sure can't see. But I can trust in my hunger and I didn't want to stoop. Then I saw I lost my paw and never felt quite right, because you and Ma went to fool him, so y'all got hold of my birthright. But I couldn't help but wait to see this dear brother of mine. Yeah, I thought about killing you and ripping you limb from limb, but when I got around here I started remembering how you were my brother and all the history, and how all my family used to mean so much to me. I never got to see your babies or tell them about the time when their daddy was a little rascal and a little brother of mine. I'll never understand you or your God, and your people won't like mine. But I couldn't help but weep to see this dear brother of mine. song is really kind of one of your under construction songs, and I just don't have the resources to kind of give it its due, and yet at the same time, it's something that I feel like will be something big when it kind of gets together, so I just want to go ahead and kind of audition it a little bit. It really kind of is good for about 3 parts, and 1 part's a girl, so that's kind of where it's kind of stuck there. But there was a girl I met when I had gone through divorce, and basically I started kind of talking to her, like texting her and telling her everything about my problems, my life. Probably like in a stalker way, but yeah, I got away with it, so anyway. But basically, one day she finally kind of responded to me, and she told me her story. And what it was, we knew each other back in the past when we were teenagers and stuff, taking like Taekwondo together. But anyhow, basically she opened up to me and she told me about how she had been molested by her cousin for several years. And you know, it's one of these little funny things, like, you know, you go to churches and stuff and they're good at like doing some like entertainment, ministry and stuff, but sometimes there are things that are not addressed that people need to deal with, and they're still in the Bible even though they're not in, you know, even though like religious people don't want to talk about it. Right? So I found this passage, and I wanted her to like write it with me, and she didn't write it with me. But I found another girl who had a similar situation, where she was involved with incestuous rape. And it just kind of made me realize why all my female cousins live in Ohio. But anyhow, that's a bad joke. Alright. 2 Samuel 13 is what this is based on. David and his children. King David had an affair, then he had like a baby died, and then some of his kids ended up messed up. A half-brother ends up raping a half-sister, and then her full-blooded brother goes and kills him. And so this is kind of those 3 parts. And as I said, this is going to be kind of sloppy, but I feel like there's something powerful in the concept, so I'm going to go with it. And the first part is Amnon. And that's the fellow who sexually assaulted his sister. He said, "You'd say all the kingdom was mine. You'd say everything was fine. You'd say. One other I swore. One proverb I keep. Value is not valuable if it's free or cheap. You're my love. We were so happy in my head. But now when I look at you, I wish that you were dead. You're my kingdom. You should be mine. Why do you shiver? You're supposed to be fine." That's not like I got that. Alright, this is the first part. And I had to go write this. I wasn't stupid enough to write it myself. So. Daddy, you're a man after God's own heart, but I wish you had a heart for me. Not did you ever think what it would do to me. I'm a princess, a child of God, but that you did not see. You tore up my namesake, forgetting who I am. I can't start who else feel condemned. You left scars on my soul and my heart of love. A dress may be mended, but with a heart it's not so. Shall they disown me, just throw me away? Shall I give in to this mess, shall I leave instead? I say this to you, brother, blood is thicker than water. But you listen, cousin Jonah, dead instead of God the Father. You wanted to lay down with you, though you know I will not listen. Put it on my finger, then you would have seen that I am more than an object that you may look obscene. And mine, no matter where lies become truth, I was never anything more than a toy. And this is Absalom, the brother who kills. Well, hey you, hey you. Well, hey you, hey you. What's the matter with you, king? You can't control your own son. He had to dishonor my sister in front of everyone. Hey, I got no problem. I will take that Amnon out. Let's all go hunting, only take a different route. Don't you sit there looking with that shocked look on your face. If you can't handle this kingdom, well then, you can be replaced. If the kingdom won't work, then I'll take it and make it work for me. Alright, and finally David's response. I was conceived in sin, and now I brought it in. I wasn't ready to be a father, so I said I'd be a king. I just never knew what destruction that would bring. I couldn't settle with one life, I just could never find the right life. I just had to trust God to bring us out of the strife. I may have failed, but we will have a seed, and He will deliver us in our time of need. You may not trust me, but there is someone better. He is our hope, and His throne